thank you. Vivian Lang there from NSBCC in Wales.
Hundreds of Ford customers will get refunds after their engines stopped working. The problem has affected the company's 1-litre EcoBoost engine. Customers with a larger 1.6-litre version have also reported that the engine has caught fire. Rhiannon Jones is from Cross Hands. Her engine blew without any warning back in May this year.
I experienced a loud bang and then the car suddenly lost power, no warning lights at all. Obviously the engine had completely overheated. The degas hose it was a hose carrying the coolant to the engine, had completely broken, so there was no coolant left in the engine whatsoever. And it doesn't bear thinking of what would have happened if I'd have carried on driving. I was told it could potentially have caught fire.
Well, some customers aren't happy with the offer of a refund for repairs. Darren Smith is a partner with Roscoe Reid solicitors, which is representing some of the affected drivers. He joins us now. Good evening to you.
Evening.
Look, they're offering 100% cost of repair, 100% cost for previous cases when they re-examine, 100% for future cases. Why isn't that enough from your point of view?
Well, we don't think the statement today is the true scale of the problem. We know that they've limited their offer today to vehicles up to October 2013. We are getting reports weekly of failures, including as most recently as last week. We think the scale of the problem is much larger. It also fails to address what exactly are they talking about in terms of the cost of repair. Some of our clients couldn't afford to contribute when Ford were asking contributions towards repairs. They've sold their vehicle at scrap value. Are they going to be refunded for their losses? Other clients have had problems with having their finance, having to get rid of the vehicle at a loss and still haven't lost their deposits through finance. So it doesn't seem to address the scale of the problem, and we think that there are a lot more questions to be asked.
How many people are you representing at the moment?
We've got 1,250 who've actually registered directly through us, and we're supporting the EcoBoost Nightmare Facebook group, which is in excess of 3,000, and those numbers are going up, as I say, weekly.
And what do people want? Is there one common theme? Is it money, a new car, or what are people asking for?
A lot of people have lost faith in Ford, and they've had incidences. We've had clients who've had 2 and 3 replacement engines. Each one has had the same problem. Some of them have reached the point where they're saying they won't buy Ford again. It really is a difficult position for them because they need a vehicle and they are losing faith. They want their vehicles to be safe and reliable and that they can trust them when they're taking them out on the roads.
We were chatting earlier to an industry expert who said that in the United States they've got a system whereby there is, in effect, an arm's-length government body that looks at all this sort of stuff and it decides when recalls are needed and when refunds need to be paid. As I understand it, it's voluntary here. Would it help if there were some kind of body that looked and spoke to both customers and manufacturers and said, look, this is the way it is, this is what needs to be done?
Without doubt, that would be helpful for all these people, and it is unfortunate that they're going to have to look for legal redress. If you've got a car post-October 2013, you have no redress except through the law.
So in the initial instance, though, for your clients, it's compensation, whatever they deem to be suitable compensation is what they're after?
It's the necessary steps to put them to the position where they can be safely on the roads with a vehicle, whether it's a Ford or a replacement vehicle.
And would you be asking Ford as well to take a look at, because you mentioned that they go up to a certain model at the moment, a certain year. Do they need to look wider than that then?
We believe they do. That's why we've responded today as we have. But the group that rests with us are not limited to 1-litre EcoBoost Ford Focus. It's across a whole range of Ford EcoBoost engine models.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That's Darren Smith from Roscoe Reid solicitors representing some of those Ford customers. I should point out as well in the statement that Ford gave us, there is a link on the Ford website that if you are driving a Ford and have concerns, you can go there, put your registration number in, and it should then tell you whether you may or may not be affected by it.
The time then is 20 past.